Welcome back everyone, welcome to my channel. Good to talk to you once again, and I hope you can forgive me. I did not have any time whatsoever to make any videos. My younger son, he turned 8 and it was a birthday party. My oldest daughter graduate from the school. So yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on, and I had so much job to do. I'm talking about preparing the party, you name it. It was ridiculous amount of job outside and everywhere. So yeah, apologize guys that I did not have time not once to play this game or do any videos. So today, very short, I'll very much talk about the Swedish Destroyer. For someone who probably does not are familiar about this line, are they worth it? What's so special about them? I very much want to feature them because they are kind of a unique, and they are kind of in some way also very popular. You do see them almost in every single game. So what's so special about them? Well, there's literally only two things very special about them. From very early, I'm talking about tier 5 and tier 6, they have very good speed, more than decent good speed. I'm not saying that you compete with the Soviets or you do not compete with the French, but overall, if you have average, above average speed, and of course, the guns are pretty damn, in my honestly opinion, pretty damn good. They are not dual purpose, so even though if you see a lot of AA, they do kind of a suck in AA department. I'm talking about the tier 5 and below, and also tier 6. It's different story with tier 7. I'll very soon talk about the tier 7 and above. So I very much like to say that they are alright-ish. Not the best torpedoes, not the best concealment, and one of the strength and weakness, sorry, it's the very low HP pool, but I do have opportunity to heal yourself. But the main focus is definitely the torpedo. Only 8 kilometers at tier 5 and 68 knots. It's absolutely fantastic. I do believe the 6, yes, I do have the upgraded. So very much go everything you got for the torpedo as fast as possible. Faster torpedoes and faster cooldown and stuff like that. So build your build. This is, by the way, 0 points captain. I do have played very few times this tier 5 Visby. On the other hand, let's talk about the tier 6, which I play way much more games, and this is 13 points captain, close to 14, and very fast. I like to talk about my captain's build. As you see here, go for the faster Daka, faster torpedo and concealment. You may argue that probably superintendent, it's not bad, and also survivor expert. But at tier 6, it's a mixed bag if I urge you to have this one or not. Now, this is only tier 6. It's, in my honestly opinion, almost as good as the tier 5. You have actually 6 guns, so the biggest surprise here is that many Japanese destroy, they open up versus you, and they do have big alpha damage. I'm talking about Shinomi and many others. However, you still have the 6 guns, and I have this personal opinion that you do have very high chance to put your enemy on fire and very good alpha damage as well. 6 guns, it's not bad at this tier, the tier 6. So it's depend of which other ship you engage, but it's not bad to go in faster reload. And at tier 6 you do have another torpedoes, and they have ridiculous fast cooldown. Now 7.1 second of main armory, it's kind of a bad, so keep that in mind. You're not but the shells travel, they are kind of flat, so it's easy to hit your enemy. Torpedo range 10 kilometers, 1.4, 53 seconds reload time, but they only do maximum 7,500 damage. Sometimes they only do like 4,600 versus a battleship. So you only have 6. So you're not quite a torpedo boat. Yes, many things that the Swedish Destroyer are the torpedo boat that they are not. Remember, T-61, also tier 6, has 8 torpedo, which reload not quite as fast as 53 but 60 seconds, but they do much more damage, more than twice as much damage, and 2 more torpedoes. So T-61 is a real torpedo boat. You're kind of a mediocre torpedo boat. You do very little damage and you only have 6 torpedoes. On the other hand, I do like the tier 6 because it's very maneuverable and kind of a fast. It's one of the fastest tier, the entire line. I'm talking about the speed, 38 knots with speed flag. Without speed boost, you will reach close to 40. With speed boost, you're pretty nimble and pretty damn fast. So that is the strength about this. However, pay attention as far as AA 20 in AA is almost below average. No special AA whatsoever, all the way to tier 6. So keep that in mind. You will not be able to defend yourself. Probably you can never face a tier 4 carrier. You can only face tier 6, and the tier 6 carrier, most of them, they just shit on your AA. You do not have any AA whatsoever. But tier 7 Skåne is different story. You jump up from 20 in AA and 52, and that it's a big jump in A department. Versus tier 8 carry, you have 0 chance to survive. You cannot even defend yourself. However, versus tier 6, if you're lucky and you're not completely alone, you can actually defend yourself. You probably have one of the best tier 7 AA destroyer in this entire game. I cannot come up with one destroyer which have better than 52 in AA. Once again, it's not something crazy, the continuous damage, but this is the big difference. 6 kilometers range, and by the time you press P first in the start and then you press O reinforcement, you kind of surprise the enemy planes by using the reinforcement open up, and all the way to, let's say, from close to 2 or 3 kilometers away, all the way to 6 kilometers, the enemy planes lose their HP pool because of this pretty nice 6 kilometer long range. Once again, 137 average continuous. It's not wow, it's not bad, but it's not something crazy. And same tier for tier 8 Erland. You are not a AA monster. Sure, you have slightly higher continuous damage, but it's just pitiful higher. Once again, the tier 8 just shit on your AA because you have not any wow. Versus Akizuki, you don't have even half of his AA power. However, now you went for pretty nice good torpedoes. 12 kilometers torpedoes, 59 seconds reload time, 7,500 damage. The 12 kilometers, it's pretty damn fantastic because you're not in the radar range versus US cruiser, but you are in radar range versus Soviet cruiser, so keep that in mind. And you're kind of a slow and you're kind of a big large ship and so on. By the way, this Erland captain, it's only 3 points captain, so go and figure. I still believe it's kind of a mediocre. There are by far much better suitable tier 8 destroyer than the Erland. I'm not saying it's a bad ship, but not something wow, which is unique. However, we are going for the Östergötland, so we are going from 3 points captain all the way to 20 points captain. And what's so special about this? You jump up from Öland. Alright, I know it's 53. You think it's only 64, but you are wrong. This ship, it's not a real 64 in AA. It's literally much higher. um, I will go so far that Kitakaze and Östergötland, when you do not use the consumable, probably they are close. I'm just saying close in a department. The continuous DPM, it's 288, so you definitely see double much as damage. And let's say if I'm going for the tier 9, let's say tier 9 and this destroyers, I very much like to talk about the Kitakazes. Continuous DPM, I just want to see what's going on. The continuous 235, you see, so very close. 235 continuous DPM versus Östergötland 288, so it's a higher. But remember, this is the most important. You do have the reinforcement, which buff your A and A defense consumable. And if you want to build, this is my build, by the way. This is extremely important, this build. One of the most important that I highly recommend. It's kind of a big, large, easy to hit ship, and it's slow. However, if you put this shift in silence, this become from a mediocre speed to a pretty speed demon, non-Soviet and non-French. You reach close to 40 knots all the time. This is the very important. I highly recommend have this for the Swedish Destroyer, because it's a different game changer. You really going from left and right without speed boost. You're reaching with speed flag 40 knots literally all the time. And it is important because your torpedo reload in 76 seconds. You may argue it's kind of a large jump from, let's say, 56 to 76.5. However, your torpedo are 13.5 and not 90 knots. One of the fastest tier 9 torpedoes in the entire game. And if the first time you have some kind of a torpedo power, because you do have 8. I do believe, even though you won't do a lot of damage each and every torpedo, you will wreck torpedoes left and right. Sometimes you will hit more than 10, sometimes hell even 15 torpedoes in one single battle, and there it's no problem. What's so special about the tier 9 and tier 10? Now the real powerhouse in A department starts. I very much would like to say, when you use the reinforcement, press O, and A defense, all those together. When you surprise, you have to press P first in the start, so you do not have the AA on, just in the nick of time, only when the carriers are coming towards you. And those what is the concealment, let's say, sorry about that, I just very much would like to say this is very important. Detection by air 2.7, that around 3 kilometers 2.7, then you pop the AA, then you pop the reinforcement, and it is kind of a short time for the carrier to, aim at you and strike you, and all this until it turns back. Remember, you do have 6 kilometers a bubble. I do, yes, 6 kilometers. You will shoot down planes left and right. Probably half of his plane is gone until he's turned back and engagement, because 6 kilometers is too big of a bubble. So you're not, let's say, I'm not saying you're immune, but if you're with something else, not quite alone, you'll have a big chance to shoot down all the planes. And if they fly straight in the flak, well, the flak will kill you plane like no one's business. And this has definitely the potential to have a huge damn flak burst, and that is something important in a department. So yeah, in my honestly opinion, he has one of the best torpedoes. With this build, I have one of the fastest I'm talking about the fastest torpedoes, and also fast ship. It's a big, large ship, easy to hit, easy to kill. However, if you're a tier 8 carrier, I'm not saying that you cannot delete 20 points Östergötland captain. Yes, you do. However, before he goes down, he might actually takes all your damn planes down. I'm just saying, shooting down 40 planes in one battle, it's not impossible in Östergötland. That's what I'm trying to say. And then, of course, guys, we are going for the tier 10, and that is the Holland. And 64 in AA. Let's see what Holland does have with my captain's build, which is only 19 points, but it's this jersey. You remember that after shooting down couple planes on top of the special talent, your AA become better and also faster torpedo. So I highly recommend you to have jersey. His in A department he's even stronger than anything else, any other captains. And of course, A department 85. Yeah, this is by far one of the strongest AA ship in this game. I will definitely show you guys some replays versus tier 10 carrier. Then I almost feel sorry for that dude. In less than 20 minutes, I'm talking about 15 minutes, you can actually deplane a tier 10. What is deplane? You should do down so many planes that he probably does not have any more planes to go and strike you or strike your ally. So this is the top notch, I don't know, Minotaur on steroids or something like that. I believe, guys, that in some regards this thing has even stronger or more effective AA than the best ship in the entire game. Worcester, Minotaur, you name it. Yes, they do have more guns, but you can do something they cannot do, Worcester and Minotaur. You have 2.7 kilometers in detection, and while the time the carrier are flying close to you, the 2.7, 2.8, you press your reinforcement NO and you shoot down planes, and he will go in flak like nobody's business. And the best thing about these torpedoes, it's you have for first time in this line 10 torpedoes, and they are fast. They are absolutely enjoyable. 90 knots torpedo, 15 kilometers range, and they reload. What is the reload of my torpedoes? Torpedoes are reloading in 76.5, like Östergötland, but Östergötland, the tier 9, only have 8, you have 10 of them, so you can create much a bigger wall. I do honestly believe that you have 10, it's a bigger chance that you can send so many fish in the water. There's likely that something and someone will being hit. And something else, even though if he has the hydro and there's a battleship who has hydro on, yes, that is true, or some other perks, those torpedoes are so broken fast, it's hard to avoid them anyway, even if you have hydro and you can see them. So yeah, it's a unique play style. However, even though if you have decent guns, you only have 4 guns, and that's kind of a bad. Remember, guys, and this is kind of a most important information, you're not a gunboat. You should fear most tier 10 ships, probably besides Shima, but even Shima can give you a hard damn time and may actually kill you. So there are very few limitation of the destroyers you want to go one-on-one. Most likely they will probably shoot and kill you. So in my Holland, I do not use my guns so much, only when I need it or I'm going down anyway. But its main armor are not the guns actually, or the torpedoes. And in A department, as I try as much as possible defend my fleet and have very fun shooting down planes left and right. And when there's a tier 8 carrier, oh lord, that I feel sorry. Seriously, if you're a tier 8 carrier and there's a 19 or 20 points captain in Holland, man, don't go for it. Go for anything else but beside him, because he will shoot down all your plane tier 8 planes. Yes, there are one particular ship there very much right, and this Roosevelt literally has so much HP pool, even Holland cannot shoot down the damn planes. But beside that particular premium carrier, all other carriers, yes, you can strike them, but you pay with losing buttloads of planes. So that's the reason actually you want to grind the tier 10. It's because you really want to feel strong, very darn strong, in almost that you wish to engage a carrier. So guys, let me know in the comment below what you think about the Swedish Destroyer line. I gave you my closest thought, and now in the next video I'll show you 3 replays, how I do it, and not just in Holland but also the tier 7 Skåne. So thanks guys for watching, and always captains, fair seas and goodbye.